Coach, now that the 905 season is over, looking back, did you guys get what you expected to get, what you wanted to get out of that?
No question, Josh. That was a godsend for us as far as the development of our young guys. You're seeing the example of Norm, what the 905 did for him. If he had been here just playing on the practice floor, you wouldn't have got the production you got from him. Listen, the improvement of Dwane, the way he came in and played against San Antonio, all those are byproducts of the coaching and teaching and the playing that they got with the 905. It's going to be a huge part of the program here for a long time, the developmental part. You can't put a price tag on that. If you're a big corporation, it's your research and development department, and it's going to pay huge, huge dividends for this franchise for a long time.
How's Damari coming along? He looks like
He's coming. He's coming. I don't know what the timetable is, but he's moving well. There's no obvious swelling. So again, I'm not a doctor. I'm gonna leave that up to the medical people. But he's working. He went through practice today, and but we'll see what happens as far as the timetable him coming. We're not going to put a timetable on it and make have an update every day. So
with so few practice days, though, that must make it even more difficult to get any kind of speed work in.
Right, physical 5-on-5 stuff. You're right, Doug. That makes it tough. But that's why he's going to have to use some of the games if we have any left by the time he's ready to go to get him that work in and work to win at the same time and continue to improve. But he's working at it. We had him watching film last night for about an hour. So he's doing everything possible to get back on the floor.
Even if he does get having the 5-on-5 contact time for the other guys, you said the other day you use games as practices. Pretty much. Is that still the case the last six?
Yeah, the last three, whatever games there are, whenever he comes back, we'll use those as his, test lab, and no disrespect to those teams or anything like that, but to get some work in and run in and get knocked down a few times, get hit a few times, and see where he stands.
Even if he is able to get a few games in before the end of the regular season, would you have to limit his minutes in the playoffs?
We'll see. I don't know. I'm not going to put myself in a hole like that. We'll see how his body responds. I'm not going to, put a if or what, on any of that. If his body responds and he can go, he's going to be out there because he's, by far one of our best perimeter defenders.
You're going into a week where you play three teams that are in the playoffs with great playoff aspirations: Charlotte, Indy, Atlanta. How much do you balance not showing what you got and being not disrespecting the game, I guess, is the right way?
I totally agree. And again, that's what I was telling Pop. There's no way we disrespecting his team or whatever by sitting out Kyle and DeMar. They need to rest, and and he couldn't be one to complain.
Right.
But he was great about it. And again, it was a great test for DeLon and Norm and those young guys to come in that atmosphere is probably one of the toughest in the league, and to get work in. And, again, I'm going to say this, winning is still our ultimate goal. No matter who's on the floor, you're going out there to play the win. But, we have to use these next games to continue to improve on some things and work on some things, get some guys some minutes, and, in case they're used during the playoffs, and go from there.
Do you approach, because of the obvious split in the 3 and 3, I mean, you have 3 playoff teams and 3 non, do you approach them at all differently? Like, do you kind of block one half and go this half?
I think it's the time of the week. I think what I want to do is be sort of ramping up toward the playoffs, not the day before the playoffs, the week of before the playoffs. Yeah. So, but again, these games here are going to be a great test for us of a playoff-type style of game. Playoff atmosphere. Now, whether we play all of our guys or not or whatever, that's another story. But mentally, we've got to go into these games to get ready for the physicality, the speed of the game on both ends of the floor, and that's what we got to do tomorrow night. We got to do it Thursday in Atlanta, and Friday back here at home.
Has Terrence off of the bench been what you expected this season?
Yes, he has. He's been that shooter. Again, with shooters, they're up and down. He's had some good nights and bad nights, and good halves and bad halves, but he's been what we wanted. He's growing, he's getting better, he's getting stronger, he's getting used to physicality, again, with like all young players. So he's been that, and again, can he get better in his pick and roll defense? Yes, and he works at it. But He's growing like a lot of our young guys that we wanted. I never forget last year everybody wanted Jonas to be what he is now, and only time has that. And you've seen the fruits of that now, the patience and the understanding, and you can't rush it. And the same with T.
He
Ross.
said he's playing, or he feels like he's playing more freely. I'm not sure that's what, like, how do you see that?
No,
Do you
I
see
think what
evidence
he's
of that?
meaning, though,
Yeah.
I think what he's meaning is the game is slower.
Yeah.
He understands the game. He's not thinking. He's playing, not just going out there jacking up shots. I mean, he's got a little bit of the green light coming off screens, plays run for him, but good shots, not just forcing shots. And I think probably he's thinking that more when he said that than you play more freely. A lot of the offense in that second unit goes through him.